Okay, so A.J. Brown commented on the Eagles Cowboys rivalry and the George Pickens trade. Meanwhile, the NFL is scrambling to change up the wording, all to hurt the Eagles, but it's going to backfire. But that's not all. Jalen Hurts reveals something very interesting about the new OC, plus a new Bryce Huff report, and Pro Football Focus absolutely disrespected the Eagles' second team All-Pro defensive player. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike. This is the Philly Dog Podcast. If you rock with our Philadelphia Eagles, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So as we all know, the Green Bay Packers were the team to propose the Tush Push, aka Brotherly Shove ban. But with 1 day left before they sit at a table and decide the future of the Brotherly Shove, the Packers have submitted a revised proposal to ban the Tush Push, prohibiting any pushing or pulling of the ball carrier anywhere on the field. NFL owners will discuss and likely vote on it this week, meaning tomorrow. Interestingly enough, the Packers put the revised statement out 1 day before the NFL owners vote on it, simply because now they can say it's not all about the Eagles. It's any pushing, pulling, or lifting that we want to get out of the game. However, we all know it's about the Tush Push, aka Brotherly Shove, that the Eagles run at an unstoppable rate, which no one else can do. And let's keep it 100. If the Eagles didn't win the Super Bowl, it might not be this big of a deal, but because we won the big game and have a team that could be running it back for years to come, the spotlight is on us, and the NFL is not too happy with that play. Still, though, the wording could come back and haunt them simply because running back and wide receivers, 5, 6, 7 yards on the field, 2, 3, 4 yards on the field, sometimes right when they get contacted, they don't want to go down, and teammates run, pushing and pulling them to fight for a couple extra yards. It happens all the time for all teams. So it's going to affect a lot of people if they start calling a 10-yard penalty on that as well. And like we said time and time again this offseason, Jalen Hurts with this offensive line is still going to be able to quarterback sneak. Plus, we added A.J. Dillon as a power back to go along with the likes of Saquon Barkley, who if we give him the ball on 3rd and 1, he might turn a 3rd and 1 to a 40-plus yard touchdown. Where if the Brotherly Shove was still there, the Eagles would have gained 1. Now we just put up 6 because you force Saquon Barkley to run it. He's going to get the 1 yard. But if he breaks a tackle here, missed tackle there, the 1 yard turns into 40-plus, putting up 6 on the scoreboard. And let's not forget, Jeff Lurie said we will be using a fullback, whether it's Ben Van Sumeren or Ty Robinson, who played some fullback as well. It getting banned ain't going to stop the Eagles converting at the highest rate in the league on short yardage downs. We're just going to keep doing it. Moving on to an absolute disrespectful Pro Football Focus list. Their top 10 players under 25. Number 1, Penny Sewell. 2, Puka Nacua. 3, Kyle Hamilton. 4, Jaden Daniels. 5, Trent McDuffie. 6, Jared Verse. 7, Will Anderson. 8, Brian Branch. 9, Bijan Robinson. And 10, Jahmyr Gibbs. When I first saw that list, I had to go over it again and again. I thought I misread it. I was looking for the name Jalen Carter, and it was nowhere to be found. Now, granted, all the players on this list are very good players, but off top of my head, Brian Branch, Will Anderson Jr., and for sure, Trent McDuffie are not better or more valuable, however you want to call it. And I guarantee I can name a couple more if I look at it again. All-Pro Jalen Carter not being on this list gotta be the most forgetful and or disrespectful PFF list of the entire 2025 offseason. Year 2 with Vic Fangio, after Aaron Donald calling him next in line, is gonna be even better. Get ready for another All-Pro season, one that will cement his dominance as probably the best D tackle in the NFL. Now let's switch gears to A.J. Brown, who went to this audience press conference where they were allowed to ask him questions. Most of it was unrelated to football, although somebody asked about the Cowboys trading for George Pickens.
Trade? Like what? Like George Pickens today? No, I like that. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like there's no, like, how can I put it? No, something that y'all have to worry about. No, we're gonna have to worry about him for sure. Hey, we're gonna have to worry about him. No, I like the trade. I do like the trade. I like the competition. You know, and I like Jordan Pickens. I like CeeDee Lamb and that collab. You know, and it's gonna be exciting to watch, bro, because all that does is bring the best out of us. So if we know how they coming, like we know we gotta step it up. You know. You don't think the Cowboys got? I should tell you this, bro. Regardless of the scoreboard, what the score say, that would be one of the hardest games, bro. Every single time. Cowboys, Washington, like those be dog fights, bro. Like it may look easy, but it ain't easy, bro. So
It's okay to give respect. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are a good wide receiver duo. But now we got Cowboy fans on Twitter saying that A.J. Brown is stressing and is scared of the Cowboys. Where did you hear that? They must have blocked out the part where he said about loving the competition and is going to push him and Smitty to get better, which at this point, they already are better than that duo. The other thing they're running with is the fact that he said no matter what the scoreboard is, the Cowboys and Washington games be some of the hardest games of this season. And rightfully so. A lot of great teams' toughest matchups are in their division. Tom Brady ran the AFC for years, but always had trouble with the Miami Dolphins. Why? Because division opponents know you better, whether they're good, bad, ugly, sad. Some of the Chiefs' horrendous losses have came to the Raiders when they are winning championships. It is what it is. You're going to credit your division rivals. They did get better, but it's not like he's saying we're scared of them. Come on now, bro. Meanwhile, as I'm recording this episode, Eagle players are speaking at the podium. We heard from A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Mailata, and Nick Sirianni, which we'll talk about that because they said some interesting things in tomorrow's video. However, here's a sneak peek. This really stood out to me. Jalen Hurts says new Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patula has always played a pivotal role in what we've done. I know that's one of the biggest question marks of the 2025 season. How is KP going to call plays? They're just installing stuff now. Again, May 27th is open OTAs. We'll get more information. But Jalen Hurts said he's always been pivotal. And the thing I liked about him when he was named the offensive coordinator is he'd been here through the good and the bad. He saw Jalen Hurts the first year starting in 2021. He saw how much he'd grown in 2022 under Shane Steichen. He saw somewhat of a letdown season in 2023 and how Kellen Moore built him back up and got the hot routes introduced into this offense in 2024. So it's not like we're getting a new guy in his totality. He's always been involved, according to Jalen Hurts, who don't sugarcoat things, which to me is very good to hear. But again, they talked about a lot of stuff. We'll break that down tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the videos or the lives. Moving on to a topic, or a player, I should say, we've been talking a lot about this offseason. According to a new report from Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox, Philly could be eyeing a surprising roster move this offseason, cutting edge rusher Bryce Huff just 1 year after handing him a 3-year, $51.1 million contract. Now, normally we talk about Bryce Huff in trade conversations, and I do think that's a possibility still. A fourth, a fifth, a sixth from a team who like how he played when he was on the Jets. However, it's been real quiet. If we do cut him, it won't be until after June 1st, simply because it'd be impossible to cut him right now. The article talked about Howie Roseman being able to cut guys like Carson Wentz and other players who had big dead cap hits, but was able to finagle it in ways that it didn't impact the team. And with the amount of cap they have remaining, plus the increase that's going to happen the next couple years, you'd probably be okay to cut Bryce Huff with all the pass rushers you signed this offseason. If one or two of them pan out, you give them a longer deal, and you still got your young guys in Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt, who are under contract for a couple more years, which all makes sense. However, I do see the people in the comment section saying, why cut him? If you can't trade him, just keep him. Worst case scenario, you end up cutting him right before the season, and then you eat the dead cap, blah, 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 blah. But what if he could come back and show something similar to what he did for the Jets in a certain role behind all the pass rushers we have? We all saw the bad start to the season. We saw a couple little sparks in the middle of the season, but then he got hurt. Who's to say that Bryce Huff can't put it together and at least compete for a rotation spot on this Eagles defense It's hard to just give up on a player after 1 year, although it was a really bad year with playtime, stopping the run, and of course, him getting injured. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Lastly, let's hear the conversation from Jeff Lurie and Nick Sirianni when he got hired 4 years ago.
Nick, it's Jeffrey Lurie.
Hey, Mr. Lurie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Well, I got a kind of a big question for you.
Absolutely.
How would you like to be the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Man, I'm so excited.
Everybody listening here.
Thank you, everybody. I can't wait to get to work with you guys. I couldn't be more happy to be part of that organization.
We are so incredibly excited for the coach you are and the coach you can become. And everything you bring to the best fan base in America is off the charts. And we had really good candidates. You stood out in so many ways, and I can't wait for you to join all of us and reach for more Lombardi trophies, because that's what we're going to do.
I'm going to be more happy. Thank you so much, Mr. Lurie.
Just thought I would play that clip for y'all since Nick Sirianni got extended yesterday. Once again, I like that deal. On that note, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the videos or the live streams. Drop the muscle emoji if you're Philly strong. Leave a comment. I absolutely love hearing from y'all. Still answering some of yesterday's comments. Busy day, but I'll catch you on the next one. We out.